Hello everyone, it's Snady, and today we'll be testing out the Melt Cosmetics Beetlejuice Recently Deceased palette. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products, not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy, okay? Thank you. Oh, my juicy little beetle boobies, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a marvelous day so far. I myself am doing wonderful, and I'm really stoked to test this guy out. I am a massive fan of Melt Cosmetics, although I will admit not everything from them is a win from me. To me, their palettes are kind of really good or really fucking bad. And more recently, a couple of their palettes really haven't been that good, but the She's and Parties palette, oh my titties and taint, that is so good. If you don't know, I basically have a purple fetish, and so when I saw this palette, I knew I had to have it. In fact, when I saw that Melt Cosmetics was launching a Beetlejuice collection, I totally thought that I would want everything from it. However, once I saw both palettes, I honestly wasn't that impressed. They did come out with a second palette in conjunction with this called the Waiting Room palette, and it had a bottom row of like blacks and silvers with some reds on top. And this palette, I believe, is green on the top with purples on the bottom. And when Trend Mood posted these, I was like titillated to the max, but then over time, my titillation kind of turned into a little bit of a trickle. The more I studied the palettes, the more I thought that they kind of should have combined them into one palette. Like this palette alone was $48, the other one is $58, and so combined it would have been a hefty price tag. But I also don't think that we needed all of the colors that are in both palettes. Also, if you hear any noise in the background, it's my washing machine. We can ignore that, but I personally can't ignore the fact that visually these palettes really didn't make me moister than an oyster, which is rare for me with Melt. Like oftentimes they are so visually stunning, but these ones just didn't do it for me, so I picked the palette that I thought I could create the prettiest look with, and of course that one was the purple one. So let's head over to the Sephora website and we can kind of see how the reviews are doing. I did order this directly from Melt. I didn't order anything else in the collection, but like I said, this does retail for $48, and currently it has 5 out of 5 stars, yet when I click onto it, it's not 5 out of 5, it's 4.5 out of 5, which is still pretty fucking good. But currently the lowest review is 2 stars and it just says meh. Apparently it's very lackluster, the quality is not there, any eye looks all turn out the same because of the similarity in the color, which I was gonna mention, like the whole purple row does look pretty much the same, which again is kind of why I thought they should have combined both palettes and eliminated quite a few of the colors. Maybe once I have it open it could be a completely different story, but let's keep reading. The higher reviews say the packaging is insane, so beautiful and unique, they love the formulas of the shadows, Melt simply has the best aesthetic. Melt did it again, I'm very impressed, the colors are pigmented and soft. The detail they put into this is amazing. The formula is so buttery. Love the packaging, great formula. And then in their little description, they say this pressed pigment palette includes vibrant purples, manic greens, and mossy yellows, complete with a custom pressed of the ghost with the most, Beetlejuice. And most importantly, this little baby is cruelty-free. So let's open this little bad boy up. Oh my god, I fucking love the packaging already. Look at this. Ah! Oh, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Oh god, did one of my exes appear? Okay, but the detail already is very good. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Oh, this is so fucking fun. I love this. It is durable plastic. Not sure how environmentally friendly that is, but if you're a traveler, you can easily throw this in your bag and not worry about it getting destroyed. Although now that I think of it, I'm not exactly certain how true that is, because they do typically have very soft, almost fluffy formulas that are extremely temperamental. I've literally closed the lid and opened it and it's broken. Like, not even fucking joking. They are just super weird like that. But let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, what? Oh, that is the coolest thing ever. I have never seen that before. So you know the little plastic protector sheet that they put in there? It's a screen grab of the film. Oh, let me grab my phone so you can really see this. Shit, I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see that, but oh, that's so cool. It's just so neat. Okay, let's actually look at the palette. Here we go. Ooh, that's cute. I actually like it in person a lot more than I do online. This row up here definitely looks different. Actually, all of it looks different. I thought that these were all mattes because online it looks like they are, but no, these two are shimmers, these two are mattes. This one is like a dusty grape, this one's like a deeper grape, this one is like a mustard, and that's like a lime. And then we have a greenish gold right there and kind of like a dark emerald. I really like this. Does it look like a $48 palette? Not necessarily. I mean, the packaging is really nice, so that that does kind of justify the price, but otherwise, it doesn't really seem like that. Especially because a lot of these pans are indeed crooked. Not that I'm trying to like police this or anything, but to me, almost $50 for a palette does deserve almost perfection, especially when there's only 8 shadows in there, but still, it's not like they're super fucking wonky, but otherwise, it looks great, doesn't it? I am very excited to swatch and do a look with this beast. You guys know the song, are you ready? It's swatching time. And here we have everything swatched. Like usual, their mattes are to die for, get it? But no, they actually are very, very good. Everything seems decent, however, those 2 purple shimmers seem incredibly similar, which kind of scares me. But otherwise, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and start with our face. To prime, I'm gonna go in with the Touch in Soul No Problem Primer. And then for foundation, even though every fucking time I try this, I hate it, I'm gonna try it again. This is the NARS Matte Super Shit Foundation, I don't know. But I was actually lucky enough to catch a little bit of sun, so I don't know how well this will match me. Let's go ahead and pull up our match-o-meter. What do we think? Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness. This probably is a solid 5.5, I would say. What do you think? I don't know why companies list products as like neutral or peachy, and then they come in the shade of corn. But we're not reviewing the foundation today, so it really doesn't matter, but still, what the hell, man? And look at that, it looks like literal donkey ass on my face. Then for Consquila, since I'm already super dry, I'm gonna go in with some NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, which I'm now realizing might actually be a little bit darker than my foundation, so I'm gonna top that off with a little bit of ColourPop's Pretty Fresh. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set underneath my eyes and the rest of my face with some Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And then to prime the eyes, I'm gonna go in with my Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas. And we're definitely gonna end up doing 2 separate looks. And I do keep getting comments saying, switch shit up, Nady, you always do the same looks. I totally agree. It's just what I'm so comfortable with. And so today I do want to kind of try to switch things up, go out of my comfort zone. I just get scared because what if the look gets fucked up? Like then I can't tell if the palette was good or if I'm just shitty at doing that look. But I do know that I want to start off with Bio Exorcist, so I'm going to dip into it with a fluffy brush. It goes on very, very nicely. I'm going to start with that all along the crease line and place it back and forth just like that. Okay, I mean, it doesn't have the most pigment to it. Some of the Melt Cosmetics shadows are like too pigmented, and this is definitely not one of those, like it's just right. But let me kind of work it around back and forth and see how far we can blend it out. Yeah, that's a pretty color. Fuck. A lot of times with purple, and I guess a lot of shadows in general, the more you blend them out, the patchier they become, but this isn't becoming patchy, it's just distributing nicely. It's the kind of shadow that you could put a little bit on, really, really blend it out, and then keep packing more on, and it would look like you applied several different colors of shadow. I like those kinds of colors, but I'm gonna take one more little dip and really blend it around. Oh, see? That is marvelous. Okay, so there she is blended out. That looks spectacular. It almost blended itself out. Not quite. You do have to work it around a little bit, but for the most part, it is effortless to work with. So now I'm going to deepen up the crease line. On a pencil brush, I'm going to take some Lost Souls, and I'm going to start on the outer corner and really push it into the eye socket and bring it upwards from the inner eye all the way to the outer eye. Oh my god. Definitely have to be careful where you put this because it is poppin'. Holy shit, that is beautiful. You know what? I'm actually going to grab some tape and put it on the corner of my eye so I get a nice sharp wing. 99% certain this tape will pull up my foundation, but I don't give a rat's ass. I really only care about this eyeshadow at this point. Anyways, I'm gonna dip back into that and kind of work it out a little bit farther. Oh my god, that is so pretty. This is just the kind of quality that I wish so many more brands had. Then with that first brush that I used, I'm just gonna dust those edges out because I did apply way too fucking much. But even so, this is like purple heaven to work with. Oh, if an orgasm had a color, it would be this. For this, I think I want to do a couple different things. I definitely want to do a white cut crease that's gonna stay there, but also like a green halo in the center. So let's start with the center. And I'm gonna go back in with the Gerard Cosmetics, but this time I'm gonna use white. And I'm gonna go in pretty sparingly with that. You can still see some of the purple, but I don't need it covered. I just want something for this green to stick onto, so I'm gonna take a new brush with that. And I am a little bit scared that it's gonna be super dark, but I think I'm gonna go in with some of that gold over that. And even with a brush, this applies magnificently, but I do kind of want to try it with the finger. Let's go right there. It's just kind of difficult to be precise with it on the finger, but that looks great too. I mean, any application, this just works. However, if you do want the least amount of fallout, I would probably stick to using a wet brush or maybe a foam brush or powder underneath your eyes or do your foundation last. I'm gonna take some Neurotic right here, right on the finger, and press that right over that green just to brighten it up a bit. Oh, those are nice together. And on the edges of that, I'm gonna go in with some Bioexorcist. And then a little further out on either corner, some Lost Souls. And then with some more of that Gerard Cosmetics white, I'm just gonna draw right above the crease line. And now that I have that outlined, I'm gonna take this OMFG Cosmetics eyeliner cake in the shade Wedding Cake and just redraw it so that it's super white. Cool shit. So before I do the rest of my liner and everything, let's remove that. Oh yes, crisp. And let me see if this fallout will dust away. There was the slightest bit of green staining, but it's really not that bad. So now for the lower lash, I think I'm just gonna smoke out these two purples. Let's start off with Bioexorcist right down there. Oh geez, that is a lot of fallout too. Fuck. And then of course, let's also smoke out a little bit of that darker purple. And then to line the waterline, I combined some green and yellow Eye Safe lipstick. There, that's kind of fun. And of course, the bitch needs a black wing. There we go. Okay, so now for the other side, I actually kind of want to keep it a little bit more simple. Not that this wasn't simple, but I think I want to do like a yellowy green. So let's start off with, oh, I don't know. Let's go in with this really pretty lime shade. And just like the other side, I'm going to kind of take it back and forth. Ooh, that blends out so nice. We love a good chartreuse. Oh, that is really nice. Like it literally blends itself the fuck out. Oh, the only thing I'm noticing is that this is one of those shadows that does kind of want to turn colors on you. Like it turns a little bit like mustardy, but then when you apply a little bit more and build it up, it does kind of retain that color. But this is a really difficult shade to make, and I think this is probably the closest to perfection that we've come to. Like if anybody can do it, it's Melt. Damn, that's nice. Yes? Yes. Goodness, I don't know what else I want to add. Like, why fuck up perfection? Like, this shadow plus that gold would just be, oh. Okay, I'm gonna add one more little dip of that greenish shadow. And when I said I wanted to keep this side simple, I really am. So let's dip into Little Accident. And I'm gonna gently place this right onto my inner corner. Ooh, that's pretty. I kind of feel like this is the type of shimmer that you could easily blend out and it might turn into a matte, but it's laying down excellently. Like, it doesn't need to go on anything damp. Oh, tie me to the bed, bitch. This is great. Although I am seeing that it is the slightest bit patchy. Don't know if you can see that or not, but that's kind of weird. We don't typically have patchy shimmers. I'm gonna go in with one more layer and see if I can kind of correct that, because it started off really, really nice, but then once I tapped it in a little bit more, I could see my skin underneath poking through. However, with two little dips, it seems to be fine. But also for the price, patchiness should not be in the vocabulary at all. So that is definitely a negative. I think that's the only negative other than the massive fallout, because that purple did stain my under eye and the green did, I guess, a little bit too. But anyways, to deepen up that outer corner, I'm gonna go into this darker purple and just tap that right about there, which now that it's on my eye, it actually looks the exact same as that other color. All right. Not in love with that. Wow, that's turning ugly real quickly. Ugh. Okay, well, I mean, it definitely is my fault, but I didn't really think that it would turn muddy so quickly. On the lower lash, I'm gonna smoke out some of this Draw Adore, and we'll see how nicely that plays. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. I kind of feel like on the top row, I should have gone in with this first and then that green, so I'm just gonna bring it right around here. But that is a beautiful shade, if you can even see it. It's very, very light. I kind of feel like with this palette, it's a lot easier to fuck up than it is with other palettes. However, it would be hard to fuck up if you just kept with its own row. But also, green is complementary of purple, but it's just like weird tones. I'm gonna line my lower lash with a little bit of Lost Souls. Oh my God, that fallout is hella real. I think the quality of each shadow is really good. It's just the color combinations that are throwing me off. Which, if that's not a big issue for you, you'd probably love this palette. But again, I really feel like they would have done better had they combined both palettes. Because for me at least, Recently Deceased was very, very similar to Little Accident. And when we only have 8 pans in this palette, even having one that's similar to another is like a huge waste. Hold on, I'm gonna quick try to dust this off. And now I have a little purple streak down there. Meh. meh. Okay, I think I'm gonna call this quits for now. And here we are with our final looks. There's a weird ass white patch on my face there. Do we see that? What the hell? Anyways, I'm gonna be real. I don't love either of these looks. I mean, that is kind of my own fault. I chose what I put on my eyes, but also I don't love how that purple goes with the green. Again, I do think singularly each row would create beautiful looks, but together they aren't really harmonious. I kind of just feel like this palette is okay. The mattes I think are great. They're fabulous. But for me, these two looked the exact same. That just turned really, really dark on my eyes. The gold was fantastic, but for almost $50, I just expect a little bit more diversity with this. And like I've said probably 100 times, I think they would have done so much better combining the palettes. I love the packaging. I love the idea. I love the little imprint. I love the purples. The mattes are just to die for, but it's just an okay palette. But also that's really hard to say because those purples were just breathtaking. And that chartreuse really was a good chartreuse. So do I recommend this palette? If you want to use the colors on their own, I do, but also know that this isn't the best that they have to offer. I mean, Melt has pretty much all of these colors in their other palettes, so if you are a collector, you probably already have this. I'm just not in love with this palette. I'm kind of in like with it. So yeah, if it speaks to you, grab it, try it. You might end up loving it. And I also kind of feel like this is definitely more of a supplemental palette, which there's nothing wrong with that. But together as a whole, for me, it's just meh. So do I think it's worth the price? If there was like one shadow in there to replace that purple that looks like the other purple, I would think it's worth the price, but as it is, I don't think it is. However, if they're ever having a sale, I kind of do recommend it, but I don't really think it's worth the price as is. Also, there was kind of a fuck ton of fallout, which can be easy to avoid. I probably should have powdered under my eyes, but for some reason I thought that there wouldn't be fallout with this palette. I don't know why, but it did stain under my eyes. It's not the end of the world, but it's there. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I love having you. And if you'd like to support me and my channel a little bit more, please feel free to join us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early, you get Patreon only content, plus best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy, just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye.